How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. On this week's Episode Zero's podcast, we're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy, Netflix, and their password sharing bullshit, HBO's The Last of Us TV show, and James Gunn's DCU lineup. So sit back, grab some popcorn, share with your friends, and enjoy the show. What is up, fellow bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes? I am Josh. With me tonight, we've got a wonderful roster. We have Raj over here. We have our fellow comedian and just bullshit artist, Coach, over here.
What up, what up?
And we have here one of the Ravens flock hosts, Jose.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. It's awesome to be here.
And we'll probably have other guests in the coming future in the next few minutes. But anyway, so guys, holy fuck, it has been a hot minute since we've done one of these. How are y'all been? How have you guys been? It's been quite a few months.
It's been a good hot minute, hasn't it? I've actually been doing pretty good. The holidays was... it has been a long time. So to cut it short, had a great holidays, had a great time, and I've just been churning content every week. So the usual.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Been on a bit of a burnout hiatus for the past 3 months. Actually, finally had something I was really looking forward to talking about this week. So yeah, here we are. Coach, what you got?
I'm leaving for tour tomorrow, so I'm going to be gone for the rest of February. And then when I come back, I got to do this little thing for this. It's a small-time guy. He's no big name. Some guy named Kenan Thompson. I got to go do his thing when I come back. So.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Some other guy.
Very nice.
It's a small thing, man. Nobody's going to know who I am. Trust me.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
But still, the fact that you're opening for Kenan Thompson, that's going to be awesome.
No, man, it's a big showcase. What it is we're trying to get to TV, so we're trying out for the Kenan Thompson experience. I'll be back in town for that. But I'm gonna be gone I leave tomorrow I guess tomorrow's the 6th, and I'll be back about the 24th from the tour, and then we'll do the first round of that on the 28th, and I'll be at the Creek in the Cave downtown Austin. So
hey, dope.
It's gonna be a long one, busy month. I'm finishing up strong. Let's try.
Nice.
Here we got host Geeks 5 Ever.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, hola, ¿cómo están? Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, I am the one, the only, the EST, the craziest, the dopest, the most chaotic, the criminalist, the crimest, whatever you can think of. Jesse Goku, also known as King Mexico.
Oh, Jesse Goku, that is one hell of an introduction. I got to get on your level, man.
I'm telling you, man. That boy be on something.
Yeah, I am, if not anything, I am a chaotic showman. Showman. That's what I'm.
Yes, I respect that. I respect that a lot.
So before we actually move on with topics, I just want to let any of our regular viewers or fans know that we're back, quote unquote. Don't know if this is going to be a weekly thing again or if it's going to be every once in a while, just because it's really exhausting to do week to week, and sometimes you don't have things to talk about. But stay tuned to our social medias, all down below in the comment and the description, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get streaming again pretty soon. So with that being said, let's talk about GTA 6. Hogwarts Legacy.
Sure. Let's talk about...
Good one, Josh.
In all honesty, it is GTA 6, just with the Hogwarts just with the Harry Potter Hogwarts skin over it. Oh, and all. The main focusing drive that I'm looking forward to playing in this game is just Vatican every some bitches.
Oh my! Oh goodness!
So yeah, this game is coming out. Hogwarts Legacy is coming out this year, and there's a lot of controversy around it. A lot of people saying, "Hey, it's J.K. Rowling. Don't buy this shit. Don't support it." But guys, she barely has anything to do with the actual game. Like, the game creators hate her guts. So, in all honesty, support the creators, support the game studio.
I'm not gonna get it right away because money's tight, obvious reasons. But I am still gonna get this because I fucking love Harry Potter. Always have, always will. Even like Harry Potter was the one thing that got me through elementary school. Like I had a tough time reading and writing. I had a thing called dyslexia, where I had trouble figuring out word placement and letters and whatnot. And Harry Potter, and especially the first book, I actually finished reading as a kid. So this franchise means a lot to me. So you bet your ass I'm going to pick this game. If that labels me as a bad person, I don't care. I'm fucking playing a fucking Hogwarts game, okay?
Same.
Yeah, I feel that.
Same. Yeah.
So I haven't played any game that's related to Hogwarts or Harry Potter. I don't know if I want to touch like the game that's going to be coming out soon. I can understand the fans' frustration, the ones who are, barking against the game because, when you think of Harry Potter, immediately it's, you think of J.K. Rowling. It's impossible to separate the two.
Kind of, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I'm gonna just say this real quick. Like when it comes to film critics and film people are way more forgiving than the video game industry is of our problems. Even R&B music. Like R. Kelly peed on a bunch of underage girls, and we all ostracized him. He drops a mixtape and admits he peed on underage girls. Spotify took it off. Woody Allen, on the other hand, is married to his stepdaughter. And we still have his films and parade him as one of the greatest filmmakers. So for me, I was able to go, J.K. Rowling needs to shut up. I'm still going to go Alakazam, my friends, when this game comes out. I'm committed to it. And it doesn't stop me from being an ally. Like if you have a problem like, oh, I feel bad as an ally, there are a lot of great organizations that you can go Google right now and donate your money to and still play this game while being an ally.
And you know what? That brings up a good point there, Coach. I think another reason why the folks are against it is because they don't want to give any money to J.K. Rowling because if you purchase anything from Harry Potter, whether it's the books or the movies or the video games, doesn't a part of that money go straight to J.K. Rowling?
I think on this, and I'm not sure, but I know that they paid for a license, so she's already been paid.
Yeah.
She got. And I don't even know if she got paid directly or if Warner Brothers got paid.
It's probably Warner Brothers. Honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have an HBO Max subscription and you pay your subscription to them, all the Harry Potter films are on there. And every time they play, JK is getting some pay. So it's almost impossible to not give money to somebody you don't like in the grand scheme of things.
It might not be that simple, though, because it is a licensing thing, and Warner Brothers might actually outright own 50% of the Harry Potter franchise. She might have gotten all right, bro, we're going to give you $5 on a Subway coupon for Harry Potter, the name. And now she just gets a paycheck every year from Warner Brothers, and she doesn't actually get any of the profit that they make.
I think the way she did it was smart. I know some artists have done this, where you get the points on the backside, which I'm just now starting to even learn what that whole world is about, but getting those points on the backside helps out. It's kind of where you say, hey, I'm going to take a small payday up front. But if this thing blows up, there are all these things in my contract that says, oh, if it spins this many times, I then get this bonus. And if it plays on this channel, I now get this other bonus. So then if you got those contracts set up like that, she's probably like, hey, we're using your Harry Potter world and your licenses, and these are all your rights. She's probably got a fat check. They probably gave her a fat check for it. Say, okay, then bye. We're going to go give this to somebody to make the game. And it doesn't seem like, from what I'm reading, she wasn't at the studio working on the game every day. Like,
why would she?
Yeah, she's like,
she probably doesn't even know it exists. She's like, she goes to Walmart one day and she's like, Harry Potter Legacy, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's probably sitting fat, man.
With my name.
Yeah, she's probably sitting fat somewhere, just sipping margaritas out of a coconut, being fanned by some little Asian kid. And I don't blame her. I would do the same thing too. It wouldn't be an underage one though, because I'm not R. Kelly. I'm a good person.
Honestly, at the end of the day, what it boils down to is whether you buy the game, whether you don't buy the game, whether you like Harry Potter, whether you hate J.K. Rowling. At the end of the day, she's still a fucking millionaire, whether you buy the game or not.
Basically,
yeah. Seriously. Way to sum that up.
What's the official release date for the game?
Next.
Isn't it already out?
It's this Saturday.
This coming Saturday. Oh, wow.
Yep.
7 days. Actually, no, 6 days.
I bet you if you check Walmart right now, they got it out.
Oh, there's a Walmart somewhere that's probably broke street day. I'm not even going to doubt that.
They always do that shit.
Actually, I think I saw it on Target. Let me see.
Target will have it out, but they won't sell it to you.
Probably.
Walmart don't give a fuck. They'll put it out, even if it's not in the system, they'll slap a price on it and sell it to you.
Yeah, that sounds like a Walmart thing to do.
Yep.
I know, because they would sell me Power Ranger figurines that weren't even released yet. I'm like, the guy was like, "How much is this?" $20, and it was like 30.
Oh no, it's still
we'll give you $3.
$20. It's $5. Nobody wants this shit.
Still says
$4. Take it or leave it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
we're safe. It's still in a pre-order status.
So I'm here on the Target website, my local Target website, and they say the release date for PS5 is the 10th. The release date for PS4 is April 4th. The release date for
what?
Xbox,
for the Switch
for Xbox Series X is the 10th of this month, and for the Switch it's July 25th.
Yep.
I see what they're doing. The release dates. It's to build more interest, to get us to buy the newer consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
Yeah,
no, it's to dumb it down, dude, because the Switch is like a calculator compared to the PS5.
Yeah, I'm looking at it the same. Yeah, that's.
Because you look at God of War. Not meaning to change the subject, but there's a point to this. Look at God of War Ragnarok. It came out on PS5 and PS4. On the PS4, it was making the consoles, the base consoles, not the pros, overheat, shut down, or start to malfunction. That's why they are having to bring the consoles down as far as texture, graphics, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's playable, especially on the Switch. There are toasters out there with more processing power than the Nintendo Switch.
But I mean, that's because there are poor people out there. I game on PC, so I'm sorry. I don't understand this poor language you're speaking to me.
Still waiting for
I've become that guy, dude.
I'm poor too. You think I got my shit legally?
Yeah, I don't know when I became that PC guy, but I'm now on that PC God Master Race crap. But I was like, yeah, I'm doing it on Steam. I'm not playing on no console.
I'm the guy posting that meme of the criminal that's waiting for y'all to post what y'all got for Christmas to see what house I hit up.
Bitch, you think I paid for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order? Hell no.
Josh, you'll do it. You're a church kid. You'll do it.
I actually didn't buy Jedi Fallen Order.
What?
Zane gave it to me.
Nah,
it's
Josh
always
ain't
good
a
when you have
church kid. He's
homies
more
in
of
the
a Popeye
business,
kid.
in the industry. Okay, I forget that.
Yeah, boy. But no, honestly, Hogwarts Legacy looks beautiful. It looks
It does.
great.
It honestly does.
The-
Yeah.
The story is really interesting. You're entering the world as, I think, a fifth-year student.
And it's
And-
a prequel, essentially. Like I think.
Well,
it's like
yeah, you have.
whatever.
I think it's Phineas Black is the headmaster or something like that. So it's one of the blacks. So
Okay.
it's way before Harry Potter's time, way before Dumbledore or Grindelwald.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right.
Mhm.
Well, then you know what? I guess from your perspective, Josh, like, you know what? I understand it now. You know, like, give credit, like, if you want to show respect and appreciation for the developers of the game because they worked hours on it, you know, then yeah, that would be a good reason to buy the game and show support for them. Like, forget about J.K. Rowling. Support the folks who gave us their livelihood to do this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, at this point, nobody gives a shit about her because one, she wasn't even invited to the reunion.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
that's right.
But that's
Oof.
because she can't shut up. Every week she's on Twitter making another. It's almost like, hey, I know I said some anti-trans statements. I'm gonna double down now every week, and they're like,
Like, hey, you want some anti-Semitic shit? I'll do that too.
Dude,
She
I'm
is
gonna be
the
honest with
Kanye
you.
of books.
She has
That's all
to.
she is.
She has to, though. She has to be out there. She has to say stupid shit. She has to be relevant. She has to be in the limelight because honestly, dude, a lot of people, especially when it comes to the general populace, like people that don't like dig deep into stuff like Harry Potter, they've seen the movies, they didn't read the books, they don't know who made the shit. They just know that Warner Brothers made the movies and there's like 8 movies out there. They're like, JK who?
Right. I actually have a theory. I actually want to say something here because I actually did speak about this with Juan on the Black Files a couple of weeks ago. We actually did bring her up as a point of reference for a bigger subject. But J.K. Rowling, at this point, she is so wealthy and she is so popular due to the success of the Harry Potter franchise that at this point, unless she's committed an actual crime, a felony, or murder, she could say whatever she wants and not suffer any consequences for it. And she'll still make a profit.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, but don't we live in that time? I mean, let's be honest. Since 2020, and I'm not going to name anything or get political, but we had a reality TV star for a president, and he said outlandish stuff, and it did not hurt his popularity at all.
So
and then Kanye took a play out of that book, and it has, like, they said, oh, Kanye lost millions. Yeah, but he was a billionaire that lost millions. It's
I'm glad you went there, Coach, because I wanted to make this little joke. With the amount of stupid that J.K. Rowling is, do you think we need to get a DNA test between her and a former president?
Oh man. I
man,
mean,
I didn't know Josh was going to be throwing shots like that, man.
I say we should do it just for the sole purpose of new material to talk about.
Hey, you are 1% orange.
Your uncle is Kool-Aid Man, and I'll be like this. I would watch that show. I would do it. I just want a Kool-Aid Man that hangs out with like Trump and with Kanye and just says anti-Semitic stuff.
Oh,
and I would be
man.
like,
Oh,
what is this
no.
show? Is this Adult Swim? Okay, what is this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, in conclusion, buy the game if you really want to support the game developers. It looks
Or
great.
just buy it if you
Or
feel
just-
like fucking
or just
buying
watch-
it.
You know what? Just to simple it for everybody else. Y'all are some grown ass motherfucking adults. It is your hard ass money that you earn. If you want to go out and buy Harry Potter, you want to go out and buy some crack, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah,
There
nobody's
you
gonna
go.
know you did it in your house anyway. You think I don't listen to R. Kelly still? I made 4 kids to that man's records.
Dude,
I just
in
locked my
Houston,
door and
there are
turned it
still
down.
people here. There are people here that support SPM. SPM,
Wait, what did South Park
Got-
Mexican do?
he had sex with a 13-year-old.
Oh, dang.
Oh wow. I did not know that.
And everyone from
Neither
his
did I.
circle knows that man loves younger girls. So,
I don't get that.
yeah,
'Cause
that's why his ass is in
That's what
jail.
he did.
I don't like kids. I don't even like my kids that much. Why would
I
somebody?
don't like
do
anyone below the age of 24.
that? No.
Anyways, let's get off this. Let's get off this topic.
Yeah. Let's do that, please.
Got me ready to go
Waffles.
fight two dudes in music.
Anyway, so Netflix is dying at this point, guys.
Yeah, they're oh my
Netflix
god,
is doing some bullshit.
What happened earlier this week? I couldn't stop laughing my ass off, especially when they mentioned like they straight up removed it and they called it a error. And yeah, don't bullshit us, Netflix. Don't give us that bullcrap that, oh my god, it was all due to an error. That's why we have to remove the whole anti-password sharing bullshit. No. You got called out by multiple sources. Almost 99% of the internet is like telling you, Netflix, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to kill yourself with this. Stop it. And now you're going to go, oh my god, it was just an error.
Yeah, my favorite was the article where they said that wasn't meant for you guys. That wasn't meant for the U.S. Yeah, and then we were like, yeah, I think it was meant for everybody.
Dude, I'm offended at the fact that Netflix thinks that we don't know how to criminal.
No.
Oh,
Like, seriously.
you know
Remember
what?
when
A
they
lot of
were-
y'all don't know what torrents are, Jesse. A lot of your
first
generation
off,
does
sir,
not know what torrents are, but y'all about to learn. Y'all gonna learn.
Y'all
today
about
what
to learn
torrents
real
are.
fast. But let me put it like this, guys. Let me put it like this, man. Remember when every subscription, Uber, Netflix, Hulu, whatever was doing, like, hey, get the first month for free.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you know how many email accounts I have now because of that? And they had until they stopped doing that bullshit.
Uh-huh.
I lost count.
Damn, dude, you probably could fill a playlist with all the email accounts you have.
What's that? My month's over. Got to make a new account.
Jeez. I'm so disappointed because like a lot of shows that they put on Netflix have also canceled. I'm still mad that they canceled The Inside Job after 2 seasons. 2.
It's
That's
not
not
even
for
2
you.
seasons. It's 1 season split into two parts. So technically, they canceled it after 1 season.
Ugh, man, that makes it worse.
It's like Netflix is the new Fox. They cancel
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
That are really
that's
good.
Putting it mildly, honestly. That's putting it
Sheesh, man. No wonder a lot of the shows that were on Netflix are gone and they're on different platforms.
Like,
Man.
seriously, now Netflix used to be great a few years ago. They had Stranger Things. They had a bunch
They still
of
do.
other.
The Umbrella
Well-
Academy. Is that Netflix?
Yep.
What?
That
That's
is-
Netflix.
Yes. Umbrella Academy is Netflix.
They had Orange is the New Black.
Wednesday.
That ended.
That was a great show.
Yeah. They had a bunch of great series, and now it's all mediocre stuff.
Dude, Netflix was great until they adapted and released Death Note. Think about it. Go back to Netflix years ago. It was all great. You had so many great shows. They couldn't do anything wrong, and then they released Death Note.
When they released Death Note.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I actually like Willem Dafoe voicing as Ryu.
I didn't have a
Nobody
problem
disagrees
with
with
Death
that.
Note.
Nobody disagrees with that.
Death Note was I actually didn't hate it because I liked some of the things that they changed to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Because in the United States, cops are not like a good, clean cop is so hated and disrespected in a precinct. And that's what Light's dad was. He was a good, clean cop. Where in Japan, they're praised and like worshipped. And the guy lived like a bum because he couldn't get like that extra money or recognition. And that made so much fucking sense. People are like, no, that's not how it works. And yada. And why is his name Light Turner? Because Light Yagami in the United States makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. God damn it, James. That one Family Guy clip where Peter names every Fox series canceled from 2000 to 2003. But Netflix
Some of those
canceled it.
deserved it though. That
Oh,
80s
yeah.
show was on there. Was on that list.
Firefly didn't deserve it.
Did not. I will
Yeah, I
say
know.
this: the only reason we got Death Note on Netflix was because we killed Harambe in 2016. I stand by that.
Don't
Our
you
whole
dare-
timeline has been
Don't
wrong
you
ever since we
dare.
killed Harambe. I'm just saying.
Everything
yo.
started going downhill after 2012.
I miss you, Harambe. I wish you were with
We
us.
still do. We still do.
Harambe died, and that's why we got Trump as a president. I don't care what anybody says. The timeline ain't been right since that.
We
little
are
white boy
in the
telling
bad
that-
timeline.
Yeah, we
We
are.
are.
Except for Harambe.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
for
we're in the timeline where they're not called Bearstein Bears, they're called Bearstein Bears.
Yeah, no,
It's fucking Berenstein Bears, and y'all know it.
no,
It's just so difficult. It's just so difficult to consume Netflix product because you'll never know what other series is going to get canceled next.
And the fact that they have so many to choose from, it's ridiculous. It's like you're
Well,
still discovering new shows to this day.
and then the Netflix shows that need to be fucking canceled are still ongoing.
Mhm.
Look at Big Mouth.
bro.
Why
And then
the
you-
fuck
and then
does
you
that show
have-
still exist?
I
then
want to
you
write
have
for
the-
that show. I love it. But I'm a comedian, so to me, the humor on that show, knowing the team that writes for it, I'm like, I love that show. But Jesus Christ, man, it is a weird show for most people to watch. Like one of my buddies who's a comedian cannot stand the show. He's always talking about it. But he's got a daughter the same age as Jesse on the show. So I'm like, oh, you're going through puberty. That show means something different to you because you think you're about to deal with that in your real life. I've already gone through it. My kids are grown. Now they're dealing with it. I don't care.
No, see, my
I love
kid
that
isn't
show.
grown and I gotta go through that shit.
Yeah, man. It's coming. It's coming for all of you.
Then you got Netflix blocking the hell out of us for anime.
I still
That might be
stand by.
because of like Crunchyroll, like just bitch slapping them. Like, we're the anime guy, we're the Kahuna, we're the Godfather.
Say that correctly, Jesse. Sony is the anime guy.
Yeah, Sony.
Sony is the big kahuna.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Sony owns Funimation and Netflix, and I'm surprised they haven't made a play for High Dive yet. But
Right?
they got
Yeah.
the money to if they wanted to, but they're not trying to corner the whole market. But they could.
Like, please, corner the whole market. Have everything on one streaming platform.
Isn't everything just owned by AT&T?
Oh man.
Well, according to Kanye,
Everything goes back to Kanye. Dang it. Jesus. Damn.
I'm not
gonna lie to you,
I'm not
man.
getting
When you- if
canceled
you're-
tonight. I'm
Kanye
not.
West woke up one day and he's like, he woke up and there was like only something he could see. It was a PlayStation Xbox achievement, PlayStation trophy that said, made Alex Jones feel uncomfortable. If you can make that man feel uncomfortable,
I remember.
you've accomplished something in life.
Bro, so I still laugh at the episode where Alex was like, "Hey, hold on there, buddy," and I was like, "What? You made
Oh my
Alex
God.
Jones tap out?"
But no, going back to
It
the
was so bad.
yeah, but going back to the earlier point, Josh, like you're right. Like there's still some animes that haven't been removed from Netflix. Thank goodness. I could still watch Cowboy Bebop and Demon Slayer if I want to, but the selection is just not as big as it used to be. And like now if you want to watch any anime, you either have to pirate it, stream it from, watch it from YouTube if you're lucky, or subscribe to another streaming service.
And the fact that Netflix keeps wanting to put out live action adaptations of anime is just like, stop. Please, stop. We don't need it. We don't want it.
Well,
Like,
okay.
We kind of want it,
let's
but we
look
don't
at
want
it,
you to
though.
do it.
Okay, but let's look at it. Were they, besides Death Note, were they really all bad though? I heard the full Metal Alchemist one was pretty good. I saw the Bleach one and it was a little like fucking rushed, I think.
I'm talking about Hollywood adaptations of anime, not Japanese live action anime.
Okay, Hollywood adaptation. So,
One Piece,
okay.
Death
One
Note,
Piece,
Cowboy
Cowboy
Bebop.
Bebop. Yeah, the live. You know what? I actually was okay with the live one up until the final part of the final episode where they introduced Ed, and I'm like, oh no.
Okay, well, I mean,
No.
if that's the case, then the Full Metal Alchemist one was shit because aren't they German? Why wasn't it shot in Germany? I call it shenanigans. I call bullshit.
Well, I don't have an answer for that, Goku. All I'm saying, like, I liked it up until that part.
Yeah. I think
I mean-
all
I
of
mean,
us
the
have
Ro-
one that we like that's like, okay, I'm willing to enjoy this up to a certain point, and then they go over that line, and you go, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
I mean, the Rurouni Kenshin movies were really good.
I
But
like
those were
those.
made by
Rurouni
Netflix.
Kenshin.
I did
Or
enjoy
even
those.
like those were great until Rurouni Kenshin's great until the third act, and then it just goes down to shit, including the movie. It just okay.
You
What
know
is the
what?
mummy guy? What is the mummy guy's name? What's his name? Like the original Batosai.
I don't know.
After Kenshin kicks his ass, like the show gets all boring and political and all kinds of stupid, like Death Note after L died.
Hey, I don't know who MJ is in the comics, but I'm with him on the 2 Snyder Justice League movies in animated version. In fact, that's what he should do. Give me the Snyderverse as an animated movie series, and I'll give Warner Brothers my money all day long for that. I mean, you're not going to let him make the live action movies; just animate it.
Oh, no,
Animate the Snyderverse.
I agree with you, Coach. I mean, shoot. I mean, if anything, DC makes animated DC superhero movies better than the Marvel animated movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And we haven't had a Marvel animated movie in a long time.
Yeah, I was
Do
going to say, do they even
Listen.
make Marvel movies still anymore? I thought they stopped because they
I
stopped.
don't know.
Well,
But
most
the-
of them were shit.
And DC had a whole thing going. Then they did the Flashpoint and rebooted their own animated universe of movies.
Yeah.
And they're not bad. I mean, there's not one that I can think of I watched that I didn't enjoy. They're all were pretty solid films as far as the animated stuff from DC goes. The stuff from Marvel, it was just like, Marvel to me has figured it out. Why should we recreate a wheel? The comics have lasted this many years because those stories were amazing. All they did was animated their comic books. They never even changed the stories half the time. It was literally the story from the comic book that was animated, and we were just like, okay, you could have done more than this, but that was all it was. It was the story that we fell in love with, and they just gave it to us animated, and it was just like, and we all hated that for some reason. But
And
we love the stories.
and speaking of stories that are animated or that are
Adapted.
Speaking of stories that we love that have been adapted into some sort of media, we got The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes, I'm holding the remastered version, not part 1. No, just stick with this one right here.
I
It's
think
the
I
same
have the
freaking game.
remastered one,
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy. I am 100% pleased with this show, and just for the reason why I've been bringing this little guy out for the last God knows how long at this point. is
Words
because-
do not. Words do not.
Yeah,
describe.
Pedro Pascal is by hands down a really great actor. Like
He is daddy,
a
and he knows
phenomenal
it.
actor, especially when it comes to escorting young little children to one side of the globe to another.
Seriously, The Last of Us is the Mandalorian.
Basically,
Oh my goodness, you're right.
we've been holding this thing for the last.
Okay, I'm gonna show my age, but there was a movie called True Grit back in the day with John Wayne,
Holy shit!
True Grit.
and that's the storyline is the Mandalorian. Basically, he was an
Basically,
old
yeah.
gunfighter, and this
True Grit
girl's
has been
family was
adapted
killed by
several
villains,
times.
and then he escorts her on her revenge mission to kill the bad guys that killed her parents.
That is true, but holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That
That's
is pretty
True Grit.
cool.
And then there's the Mandalorian, and
Yeah,
then there's the
That's
last
quite a
one.
few story beats. Quite a few similar
Yeah.
story beats.
By the way,
I
this
just want to blow everybody's mind with that
so-
old guy. See?
hold on. This show did what this piece of shit failed to do, what Halo failed to do last year.
Oof, bigger oof.
And that is just to fucking stick with what works from the games. And that is the story. Like, if you're going to adapt a game that is heavily story driven, market it to those that have never played the games. Plain and simple. Like,
Yeah, market it to those who haven't played it, but at the same time staying faithful to the original source material.
Exactly. Like, Halo was abysmal because 99% of the time I'm like wondering, is this even trying to be Halo or not? Because one thing I can say is that in terms of like the aesthetics, like the armor, the Covenant themselves, they look pretty on point. Master Chief looks like Master Chief, but he doesn't act like Master Chief. Joel in the show is very much Joel from the game. Ellie from the show is very much Ellie from the game, albeit a little bit more aggressive on the show compared
It has
to
a big, it has a bit more of a forehead.
Right.
Quit knocking that girl because she dreams in HD. Leave her alone.
That's right.
Please leave her alone.
She got a 5 head, not a 4 head. Leave her alone.
Bella Ramsey. I feel so bad for her. She's getting fucking bullied just for
She really is.
I fucking hate that. Like, are you serious right now?
Bro, but did you not see what happened with the Star Wars when they bullied all the female characters when we made the last Star Wars movie? Like, the internet is just a wasteland of 40-year-old men in their bedrooms being grouchy about everything ruining their childhoods.
That's
It's not
fucking
ruining your
nerds for you, though.
childhood.
That's fucking nerds for you, dude.
You're not wrong.
Growing up, like being
Especially
geeks
Twitter.
and nerds, we
Oh, God.
like hated people bullying us and ridiculing us for like liking Star Wars, Star Trek, comics, toys, figures, whatever. And now that the tables have turned, now that all that shit is cool, we got to go on Twitter and bully the shit out of everybody now because some people just can't be fucking happy.
No.
Mhm.
And this just tells me this is why I'm against anti-bullying campaigns, because it kept the nerds in line when people were beating their heads all the time. I don't believe that. That's a terrible thing to say.
You know what?
my goodness.
I'm a firm believer that everyone should get their ass whooped at least once to bring you down to earth, to humble
Keep your
you.
feet on the ground, baby.
Yeah.
Keep them
It
feet
You're
on
not
the
makes you
wrong.
realize that your
I
shit
got my
do
ass
stink.
beat in high school, so there's that.
Yeah, you get that one whip.
Yeah, but I don't see you bullying people on Twitter, so it works.
Yeah, I don't. I generally like. I go on Twitter, but I don't go on Twitter. If you know what I mean.
I don't go on that toxic
I
wasteland.
I know what you mean.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mufasa told me never to go to the shadowy area of the internet, and that's Twitter.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I surf on Twitter, and when I see the bullies, sometimes I bully the bullies.
Dude, the last
go, there
just
you
to
go.
go just to go back to the Last of Us show though,
Bill.
just real
Yeah.
quick, and to talk about the whole bully thing, that the Last of Us is a prime example of the tide shifting, man. Think about it, dude. Like whenever we got video game adaptations, whether it, or comic book or whatever the fuck, they were bad, dude. Like you go back, you watch some of these TV shows that are based off of some kind of comic or video game, they were just complete shit. half the time.
Mostly shit.
Most
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
There have been exceptions of where adaptations are actually good, like Arcane, for example.
Okay, I mean, you have different levels of like, you have different levels. So you have good, okay, meh, fart, a turd, diarrhea, and I'm not leaving this bathroom for the rest of the night.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm caught up with The Last of Us. I don't want to give spoilers, but I will say this. In the third episode, Nick Offerman is one hell of an actor. He,
Yes, he
is
is.
amazing.
Absolutely.
I cried.
Yes.
Am I
Oh
the
my
only
God.
one that didn't cry?
That was beautiful. It was a beautiful fucking episode.
It was
No,
it was
don't
great.
get me wrong. Okay, whenever I tell people I didn't cry, they think you're a monster. You don't like good acting. You're this, you're that. No, I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good episode. I just
Didn't cry.
maybe because the video game, like you already knew. Because I've gotten halfway through the game, so I kind of already knew where they were
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like you have the people that are bitching. Like what I wanted to bring up during your show, Josh, was the fact that before I saw The Last of Us, this episode had already aired,
Uh-huh.
and people were bitching about the episode, and I was wondering why.
It's
Yes.
all the man babies.
Yeah, I actually pulled up a post here from a Facebook page called Level Up, and it says here through the actor's Instagram account, the actor by the name of Rahul Kohli released a message after the third episode, taking a stand in the face of intolerance of a sector of the audience. Like the actor claimed that it is a faithful adaptation, and that the universe of the series is diverse and progressive. And I advised, so I know where you're going with that, and. Yeah, no, it's just it's grown up toxic fans being toxic. It's just
basically.
Yeah, shouldn't even shock us anymore.
It's like,
Yes.
honestly, why are you homophobic in 2023?
Right?
There's,
Nick?
there's no phobic you should be in 2023. You shouldn't be transphobic. You shouldn't be homophobic. You shouldn't be against interracial relationships. If you don't want to do those things, then just don't do them. But that
Exactly.
don't mean you should be, oh my God, me seeing this
Voicing your
offends
opinion?
me.
Hell no.
Also, this isn't the first time we've seen Nick Offerman take on this type of role. Like, I actually, to bring a point of reference, in one of the earlier seasons of the sitcom from NBC called Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Nick Offerman actually shows up as a cameo appearance as one of Captain Raymond Holt's ex-boyfriends, ex-lovers.
Really?
Yes, I kid you not. I watched that show on Peacock.
It's so good, dude. It was so good.
It was so great, and it's so refreshing to see Nick Offerman in a role outside of a comedic role, outside of a sitcom, because I'm so used to seeing him as Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec.
Oh, and
yeah.
Ron
Oh, yeah.
Swanson was a man's man.
Right?
He was a man's man. Yeah.
And when I'm looking at the episode and seeing how this character goes about his day and preparing everything, I'm like, oh man, that is so very Ron Swanson of him to do if
Yeah,
they
that's
were in
what
a
I was thinking
pandemic.
so, too.
It really is.
Like this is Ron Swanson if he was in the Last of Us universe.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You could say it was his swan song.
Oh!
You know what?
No.
I respect a good dad joke. Thank you, Rob.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Good one, Raj. Oh
I'll
my
give you
god.
that one. I respect a good dad joke.
That's
I
a
will
really
say
good
this, though, when it comes to video game movies that I really enjoyed before watching this, I like Detective Pikachu. And I like the Mortal Kombat from 2021. I did. I enjoyed the hell out of both.
I will stand by this, and I think we have not had a bad or horrible adaptation of a video game in any media since Sonic came out.
Yes.
I'll give you
Agreed.
that one.
Yes.
Yeah, because Sonic was. I didn't watch part 1 or 2. I've seen enough of it where my granddaughter plays it, but I haven't watched it from beginning to end. But first Sonic was 2020. Mortal Kombat was 2021. The next Sonic was 2022. Where was Detective Pikachu, though?
Detective Pikachu, I think it was.
I'll look it up.
I'm gonna look.
2018 or 2019?
I think it's 2019.
Yeah. Then you also had Arcane. You also
Yep,
had,
2019. Rob Letterman.
Oh man, I really hope that they don't cancel Arcane. Oh my goodness,
You know
I'm gonna
what?
get mad
I
if they
just
do.
realized that Detective Pikachu takes place in the timeline where Ash is a grown ass adult.
Really?
Yeah,
It is
Detective
20
Pikachu
years
is 2019.
after Mewtwo
Guy who gave
Bro,
a Shark Tale
escaped the island.
Detective Pikachu. Why am I finding this out now?
But no, so what I really, really love about the show is that at least one of the video game creators is working hand in hand with the studio, and they are approving and suggesting every single change and diversion from the video game. Like they approved the change for episode 3, and they also changed the fact that the spores weren't the main threat. It was the
I'm
the
glad they
fungus.
did that. I'm
You know
glad
what?
they changed because, like, when at first I was a little unsure of it, but in the grand scheme of things do need to be shuffled here and there in order to tell the kind
like
of
it makes
story-
sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense in the show.
And
And that
those-
opening scene in the beginning of episode 1 scared the hell out of me
Yep.
because it's something that could happen.
I would
Yeah,
say-
no, that really got my attention. That was very like holy shit. I actually looked into it after that. But here's the thing though, Josh. You're praising the show, but I have one complaint. I have one question
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
for the creators. I have one thing. What the fuck happened to the dog in the beginning? Did it die? Did it get eaten? Did it run away?
There is a time skip.
There is a time skip, yeah.
If you
Yeah.
consider that there truly is a time skip, in my head, I was like, that dog, there's no way that dog survived.
Boomer will not live. I'm sorry.
Okay,
He was
even if
killed
it-
off.
yeah, I
he
know,
got
I
an
know,
off-screen death.
Yeah, I know, but like, I want to know: did he live a full life? Did he run into a clicker? That they was meat
Look, man, bro,
scares and they had to throw him on the grill?
it's 2023. We've been through enough trauma. We don't need to see that dog die on screen or know that story.
I don't.
We
want
already
to
know.
see him die. I
We
just wanna
already-
know.
We already know old dogs go to heaven. Okay, man.
Yeah,
This is the
I don't
2020
think
final
I don't
boss
think
level.
the
We
dog
don't need
died.
any
You
more
wanna
shit.
know why? I don't think the dog died at all. You want to know why?
How come?
His name is Mercy.
Ha, ha, ha.
I'm not making that up. It's literally named Mercy in the show.
Yeah, the dog's name is Mercy. So you're telling me right now there's not gonna be an episode where they're serving hot dogs and it's like Mercy's hot dog.
Oh my god!
Fucking ruined it for me.
Damn, Jesse.
Damn it, Jesse.
You got me.
It's the,
is Jesse still
the
here?
apocalypse,
I
bro.
cut off my camera. Is Jesse
In
still
Demolition
here?
Man, they were eating rats.
That's rats. This is a dog.
Okay, so
No
you're
one
okay
cares
with
about
rats.
rats. No one cares
You're
about
okay.
rats.
You're okay with the very animal that brought the Black Plague, but the dog is where we draw the line. I wouldn't eat a dog either. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't eat a dog either. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. I will throw a cat on the grill before I throw a dog on the grill.
Mercy was a very good boy.
He was a good boy.
I just wish that I don't know. Maybe I always kind of said they kind of left the dog behind. I guess that was my gripe.
I'll give you that one. Oh, I got to say hi to Iron Butcher into Nightless Kingdom. What's up, y'all? Love y'all.
Hold
They
on.
gave me a shout out in the comments. I have to acknowledge people, man. I
Donde
don't feel
está
right
la
if I don't do
biblioteca?
it.
No, of course, of course.
The Nightless Kingdom is my child. I adopted her last year. It's
Aw.
official.
That's
Good for
awesome.
you.
I adopted her. She's amazing. She sent me a Father's Day card, so she's on my. She's in the wheel.
Oh,
she
did
doesn't
she?
know it. Yeah.
I would like to
nice.
adopt a child. I would like to adopt a child, and I would
Except you
actually
already
like to
have
adopt an older. No, I mean I want more than one child. I would eventually like a second natural born, like not natural born. I'm sorry, second genetically mine child, and like if I have a 3rd
Aren't all
child, I
children
want to
natural
adopt.
born?
Yeah.
No,
No,
I meant like my child, like that has
Right.
my gene. And then if my 3rd child, if I ever decide to have a 3rd child, would definitely be an adopted older child.
Well, that doesn't always work because I went through my 3rd divorce because I tried to adopt this 28-year-old Asian girl, and my wife was against that. So,
Well, I'm single, so if I want to adopt a 28-year-old, I'm gonna go do it.
yeah,
God
yeah.
damn.
It didn't
What-
work
what
out
did-
for me. I tried to Woody Allen it.
What
I
did
brought it back. I brought it back.
So I missed that
What
part of the conversation. I didn't miss it. I was on mute.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you were.
Woody Allen, like apparently, I'm stuck in the dryer. Stepdad, help me
Yeah, he did.
situation.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
What
He
what did
really
you
did.
what did you guys think of episode 2 and the clickers?
Great way to introduce him.
That was a good one. Yeah.
I like
they're
the
not,
fact
they're
that
not
they
making any
look
missteps, man.
great. It
They're not-
translated.
So far, especially with the recent episode, which just aired roughly an hour ago, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm amazed. Here's the thing: considering this is it's essentially a zombie show, right?
Mhm.
Like they could have made the clickers sound like generic as fuck zombies, you know? But the fact that they went out of their way to make it sound like the clickers from the games is a testament to how faithful they truly are trying to make this show.
I could
Like-
even see them pulling the exact audio clip from the game and porting it over to the
Yeah,
show.
it is
Agreed.
unbelievable.
I actually
do
hope
you-
that they get something of an Emmy for the audio on this program has been amazing.
Oh yeah, the
audio
the
design is
costume
amazing.
designs for the
The
zombies too.
cinematography is just fucking gorgeous. Like the
Oh.
set design, the visuals, everything.
But HBO Sunday Night never disappoints. If you look at the long history of HBO Sunday Night shows, there are always things that change the medium, whether it was Game of Thrones, whether it was The Sopranos or 6 Feet Under. Those Sunday night shows for HBO always blow your mind. They
There's
have
always
not
a
made a
level of
misstep yet.
quality coming to the forefront with their production. So.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And
And,
Josh
uh,
brings up another good point too about the costume design.
Oh God, yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, costume. Also, Do any of you watch the behind the scenes at the very end of the episodes?
No.
No, I don't.
Why? It's great. It's great.
That's usually my Monday thing to do, Josh. Like I did that with what was that one they just had, the horror something country? Now I can't think of that.
I don't know. It's literally right at the very end of the
After I watch it, I'm trying to process the show. So on Monday is when you sit down and watch all the behind the scenes stuff. You know.
Well, anyways, what I'm trying to get at is, if I remember correctly, they use the same actors from the video games to do the clickers.
Yeah, and that's Chris Macon is shouting that out in the comments. Yeah, they did use the same actors.
Nice.
That's very much attributed to the fact that, like you said, they have one of the original you said creators, writers for the game.
Yeah,
Neil
like
Druckmann.
Sony, Naughty Dog, or like they're in there.
Yep.
Godfathering the fucking production. They're sitting in a chair with a gun saying, "Don't fuck it up."
Basically.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
meanwhile,
basically.
for Industries is like, what's an adaptation? What are we doing here?
Paramount. So we can just slap this name on and it'll be just fine, right?
Do we need to play the game?
That's pretty.
Not play
I'm
the
trying
games
to
at all.
think. Dude, I just finished watching Resident Evil,
Actually,
and that's pretty much what they did with that. They just slapped the name Resident Evil on it, and it was just a fucking zombie movie.
I'm scrolling back up comments because I remember I saw some that I really want to show. So, season 2 has been confirmed, and it's going to be adapting The Last of Us 2.
Ooh.
Do you think that the season will be able to fully encapsulate the story of the first game by the finale?
yes.
I think they should. It can, but I think they should really. There's enough material, and they could create original material, just like with the third episode, to where it can last more than a single season. Because once they dip into the second game, that's where a lot of the interest, I believe, is going to start dying. Because the second one is not universally loved like the first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but let's
And
be real about that.
especially,
That was some
going
bitch
to
niggas.
have.
Yeah,
That
I will
was
be
some
real.
bitch
I think a
stuff.
lot of y'all acted like bitches when it came to Last of Us 2 because it was a
I still haven't
solid
played
game and it told
So
an
I
amazing
didn't
story
play
about
it,
revenge.
so-
It was amazing. So a lot of the stuff that people complained about, I was upset. Like, bro, y'all are really acting like punk asses. That was a great story, and it told this story of revenge, and the character grew. Now the character, like Negan did something terrible in The Walking Dead. Okay, we all know what Negan did. He had a bat named Lucille, and he killed a longtime favorite character. They still were able to redeem him. There was nothing different that happened in The Last of Us 2. So when all the man babies lost their mind, I was like,
So I didn't play the second one.
okay,
I watched the playthrough of it.
okay.
I don't want to, like, I'm pretty sure there are people that are watching the show.
Yeah,
that
we're
haven't
not.
played the
I'm not
game.
dropping spoilers, but
Please
we're
don't, 'cause
spoilery.
But there's something
I know who dies.
I
Okay,
recently-
there's something that no, don't say like that. Just say like, look, there's an event that happened
Mhm.
that, giving the characteristics, the personalities, the history, like everything that has come up to that point, it's like it shouldn't have happened that way based on the character that was involved and their history and their like, what is it? I'm trying to think. Like it's a personality trait. Like it's not paranoia, but they're cautious.
Mhm.
They're always
Right.
cautious, and they're always like on edge. And it's like I feel like that. I haven't played the game. I don't have an actual opinion of the game, but I feel like that moment was bullshit.
I will say this: as a guy that served in the military and was in a war zone, you could be as cautious as you want to. I went over there with a lot of cautious people who were paranoid. I came back. So all your cautious and paranoid don't mean nothing in the real world. You can get iced in one wrong mistake on one wrong day by somebody maybe smaller than you. I'm just
No,
being
trust
real.
me, I get it. I get it. Like
that was my whole thing.
I grew up.
It
I
coulda
grew up in the
happened.
hood in Houston. Like you know, you don't like. I'm so untrusting. I count my money when I get it from the ATM.
Same.
Always have
I
my
still do
back
that
towards
too.
it. Always have my back on a wall because
Yeah.
nobody can come up, like sneak up on you.
Yeah,
Like,
I do
dude,
that
like,
too.
like I get it. Like, people used to shoot at you. Like here in when you grow up in the hood, man, you wake up. What'd you have for breakfast? Oh, I dodged gunfire. It was a drive-by, and like they shot up the house next to mine. Like literally, I'm not just telling a joke. That's legitimately what happened.
Hmm?
They shot up the house next to mine, and so I get it. Like, but there's like, I feel like I get where they're coming from. I haven't played the game. I'm not gonna make a judgment about it. And I agree with you about the whole
I
Negan thing.
do
But I
it.
stopped watching The Walking Dead when a certain main character was gone.
Oh, I get it. I would say,
Yeah.
guys, play it before the second season drops. But also, pixelation. You bring up a good point. When you retire, and that's on anything. When you retire, those senses do dull eventually, and they should. You know, you want to say no. I'm always going to stay sharp. My senses are never dull. It happens. It's real, man. I'm not as. There are things I still do that are ingrained in me, and there are times I do things where I'm like, I've been living a while. White women and going to yoga too long. I'm soft in some areas, man. So, and that's what I fought to get to that level where I could be soft and enjoy a latte in the afternoon. But the
Yeah, because you don't feel like
Spidey tingle don't be working like it used to, Chris Macon. Okay.
Oh
it's like
goodness.
you get older and you're like, dude, I'm too old. My body hurts. I'm not gonna fight you. Look,
I
if
got to
you're gonna
shoot
like,
him.
look, I have a gun. Like this is going in. Someone's gonna look. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah. One of us is not going home
It's
tonight.
your choice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's how it is. You get that way, man. But yeah, I still will say this. I don't think The Last of Us 2 at the end of the day got a fair shake as a game.
The
Probably
problem with
not.
Last of Us Part 2 is, well, for one, prior to the release, it was heavily leaked.
Oh God, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It
Big
was heavily
time.
leaked, and people, admittedly, even myself, did this like back in the day. But I'm like, I grew out of it. I'm like, I realized I was being a fucking idiot because I didn't even play the fucking game. I was hating it based on what I've heard about it through those leaks. I'm like, why the fuck should I play this game? You know what I mean? But I grew the fuck up. I'm like, people were hating on this. People that hated on The Last of Us Part 2 simply hated it because of the leaks, and they just didn't fucking play it.
Yeah. And it was
I'm
stupid
giving it a
because it was a
chance.
great game. And the other thing that happened, that's happening right now with Grand Theft Auto 6. Funny that you start to show it that one because it got leaked and people started complaining about characters
Did
in
it?
a game that's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, it
6
did.
to
It
7
got-
years
it got
away.
leaked. Yeah, so the game is like, there's still like, it's still like, what is pre-development? It's kind of like,
Yeah.
they're coding, not even the graphics, not even the textures. They're just coding like gameplay at this point, and they're using like what is it? So they're using placeholders right now for the graphics.
Okay.
So
Right.
like that leaked, and people are like, this looks like fucking PS2 graphics. Like, yeah, no shit, dipshit. It's like
Yeah, they haven't even started working on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
They're
that
working
have
on the
never made a
storyboard,
game
the
a
map,
day
and
of their
everything.
life are talking the loudest online. That's
Sir,
so
some of these
Right.
people can't even make a sandwich, much less a
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Dude, look, I didn't play the Last of Us 2. Like the event that I talked about, I believe wholeheartedly that is 80% of the reason why everybody shits on the game.
Basically, yeah.
I would give you that.
I can
I
understand.
know.
that.
I know
Yes.
what event you're talking about, and
I
yeah,
Aren't we
100%
supposed to
agree.
be getting Last of Us 3?
that's not confirmed yet.
That yeah.
I,
that
They-
has been
heard,
confirmed.
I heard something.
As far as
about
I know.
that.
I'd rather
So-
just one step at a time. You know what I mean?
The thing is, dude, the problem is that they're letting like people are still shitting on The Last of Us 2 right now.
Okay, so they're waiting for the
You
The
gotta
heat to
let
die
the heat die down. Yeah, that's why they're re-releasing The Last of Us 1. They're remaking the entire game for the PS5.
Oh, I just thought they were following the Bethesda playbook and we're just going to keep releasing Elder Scrolls
Basically.
on everything.
Basically,
Right.
Get the money.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, but like that's what I thought so too. But Bethesda is literally just releasing Skyrim with just like let's put a little bit more W2 or WD-40 on there and see if it stops squeaking. Honestly, Skyrim doesn't play that much better on a PS5. It still looks like
It's fucking Skyrim. Who cares?
Yeah.
it looks like fucking Skyrim. It's like Minecraft. People are buying Minecraft on the PS5. It still looks the same from the PS3.
Yeah. It's like stop wasting your money.
They're
Right.
making The Last of Us 1. It's a complete remake. Like it's not just like a remaster, it's a remake.
I actually
This applause is for
few
Chris
weeks
Macon.
ago, I actually rented Last of Us Part 1 out of peak curiosity just to see if there's anything different from the remaster, which you can still play on your PS5 or PS4. Yeah. Like, I tried it out just out of pure curiosity sake, and while there are improved lighting texture, shadows, and all that, it's the same fucking game.
Same story.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Does
the
not
same-
change any of the story beats.
Everything's the same. They just charged $65 for what is essentially just a remake. I remember when Part 1 was released, Angry Joe did a review for The Last of Us Part 1, and it's basically his review for The Last of Us Remastered, re-uploaded with the textures being slightly updated.
I actually bought the remaster version for like $20.
Mine came free with my PS4.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna be honest. When they remaster a game, I like the way Atlas did it with Persona 5, where Persona 5 Royale is really a whole nother game. It's got a lot of the same story beats, but there's so many new characters and new things that happen and things to do that it's a whole nother game at that point. It's not a remaster anymore. So I like when they do that, man. But to me,
Yeah,
Bethesda is just like, we're going to give you the same game and we're just going to make it's almost like Madden. We're just going to change it this much and give it to you on another console.
You're just gonna slap another year on it and call it a new game.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome
Literally.
to Elder
No,
Scroll
I mean-
FIFA.
I don't have a problem with remasters, remakes, because a lot of games that I played, like Persona 4, you mentioned Persona 5. I played Persona 4 Golden on the Vita. I played what was it, Legend of Zelda, the Game Boy remake on the Switch. It's called Link's Awakening.
Mhm.
I played that one. There's a few other games that I played that are remasters that I never got to play the original. But I am so sick and fucking tired of Skyrim.
I would tell you this much. When you played Persona 4 Golden, you played the best version of Persona 4. Literally, it was
I
so
think I
much
have-
far
I think I
superior
have
than
Golden.
anything.
Yeah.
Dude, I
it's-
played Persona
it's
4
beautiful.
so much, I almost 100%ed like all the monsters that you can get in the game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That being said, I do want to interrupt, Josh. I do have to bounce for tonight, but
Yeah.
I do appreciate you guys having me on. It's been great. You guys are awesome, each and every one of you. And Jesse, I miss you, buddy.
Missed you too, Ben.
I
Jose,
know,
we got to connect, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, am I okay to like plug before I leave?
Yeah, do it. Go.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, if you want to see more of me, just tune into my channel right here on YouTube, youtube.com/theravensflock. We also stream simultaneously on Twitch as well. We have like 4 shows every single week. Our main show is Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, so that would be 6:30 p.m. Central your time, guys. If I'm getting it right?
Give or take, I think. I don't know.
I'm from
Yeah.
Yeah, we're an hour behind you.
Yeah, you're an hour behind. So it's 6:30 p.m. your guys' time. And yeah, we do the same thing. We get here every Saturday night and we're talking about nerd content, just like you guys. And
Just to help you out, just to help you out. Whenever you go to the Ravensflock channel, make sure you ding-a-ling the ring-a-ling button so you can get notified every time they go live.
Absolutely, yes. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay updated. And yeah, dude, it would be awesome to collaborate with you guys. And going back to you, Coach, I would definitely like to collab with you.
Heck yeah, no, anytime, man. I'm definitely down, man, and I'll be one of those guys subscribing to the Ravens flock tonight. So,
All right, awesome. All right, well, Josh, thanks again for helping me on. It's been great chatting with in the
Yeah,
Absolute Zeros podcast.
Yeah, man. Hope you have a good rest of your night, and it was fun having you.
Absolutely. All right, folks, I'm Jose Caspano of the Ravens Flock, and I am out.
Peace, my boy.
Shit.
One last question, one last comment for The Last of Us before we move on. Chris asks, "I'm playing The Last of Us for the first time. As the show progresses, any suggestions?"
I would finish one first before you do the other. Don't watch the show and play the game simultaneously.
Mm-mm. Although I will say this, if you played, you probably noticed in episode 1, there were some scene for scene shots in that show that came. It looked like they just, oh my God, they just totally recreated scenes from the game. That was amazing. That blew me away.
If you love those moments from episodes 1 and 2, especially 2, you're gonna have a lot of fun with episode 4. That's all I'm gonna say. Trust me.
He's a bit ahead of the game of the show. Ooh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, stay that way.
Yeah.
Stay that way. You got to put it in because I think the show gonna catch up quick. I do. I hope it don't. It's been a great ride. The pacing's amazing, but
if it's one season, I think it might go like 10 episodes.
Yeah, I think they are doing 10 episodes.
It's 9.
Fuck.
9? Fuck. Well, I mean, it is roughly an hour each episode, give or take.
Yeah, ain't enough.
So 9 to 10.
What about the side missions? I call shenanigans.
Okay, you want a side mini season with all the side.
Fuck yeah! Give me YouTube only season.
There's the Left Behind stuff, whatever it's called. The Left Behind.
Give me the Henry Cavill edition.
Fuck's sake!
Get the
fuck out of here!
Photoshop Henry Cavill's face or his head on the girl's body. So instead of what's her name, it's Henry Cavill.
You're good to go.
Pixelation says it was 10, but they reduced it an episode. Okay.
Oh fuck me, dude. Fuck that shit.
Oh well.
I can't wait to see what they do. The pacing so far has been good.
What are they gonna do for season 3 then? There ain't no third game.
I don't know. Anyway, so moving on from The Last of Us, amazing show. Watch it. HBO Max. 4th episode came out today, and I'm really looking forward to watching it after the show. Last topic we got is James Gunn's DCU lineup. Dude, that's not
I forgot all about that subject.
Do this.
Well, good thing is I am actually going to be playing the video that he posted or that was uploaded to DC.
Great.
So good. I can go take a quick piss.
But yeah, so James Gunn, he is co-leading the DC cinematic universe from now on, the DC Studios, and he came out with a video that showcases part of what we're going to be seeing in the next 10 to 15 years for DC movies. He mentioned that the movies and TV shows that are in this list are only a fraction of what they are going to be doing, and that that they aren't going to be contradicting anything that happens in the Matt Reeves universe. That is going to be its own separate universe, as well as the new Joker movie that is going to be coming out. But yeah, let me pull this up and we will be able to.
I had my notes ready. I didn't even need to see the video. I was ready for this.
I am really looking forward to this lineup, and I will just let Mr. Gunn explain the entire thing. So let me know if you actually can hear the audio.
Hey, everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation, that the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it, and Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is a story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
So yeah, that was the announcement for the next phase in DC Universe. Coach, what are your thoughts?
Man, I've been chopping at the bit on this since he made this video. The biggest thing out of that announcement that made me the most happy was the Lantern series. And I lost it again right there. The reason why is during the New 52, I'm an old kind of Silver Age comic book guy, collector. The New 52 was exciting for me, and a lot of series that needed to be updated got great updates. Green Lantern Corps was one, and it was basically a police procedural like Law and Order with Green Lanterns. That's all the Green Lantern Corps comic book was. It was murder mysteries and these great cases, and there was this giant universe at play for you to investigate these crimes, and I lost my mind reading that series. So when he announced Lanterns, and then I realized, oh crap, I'm gonna get Hal Jordan, I'm gonna get John Stewart. There's no way I don't get Kilowog. There's no way I'm not going to get all the stuff that I want in the Green Lantern series out of this. I'm hyped for this series more than anything. I want you to write this down, what I'm going to say next.
Oh, yeah?
Chris Macon, get a pen out and write this down and hold me to this. Booster Gold will star Chris Pratt. I'm just going to say it. Chris Pratt's going to be your Booster Gold.
God, no.
Here's why. And I'm not a Chris Pratt hater. I think Chris Pratt is great in a lot of stuff, but he's going to be your Booster Gold, and you can bet money on it. He's going to be your Booster Gold. Guardians is coming to an end. His contract with Marvel's coming to an end. Him and James Gunn are best friends. Booster Gold is Chris Pratt. There is no difference in that goofy humor of a Booster Gold series and Chris Pratt. He's going to be Booster Gold.
Okay, now I can see it. Now, honestly, now I can see it. It's gonna be an interesting run.
Yeah. And making you're right. I do want to see how Dark Lanterns can get, but I know a lot of people probably hadn't read Green Lantern comic books in a while, but there was so much that went on with the Green Lantern War that Sinestro was no longer a Yellow Lantern. He was forced back into the Green Lanterns against his will. And so there's some things that they're going to be able to play with in the Lantern series that they're going to catch everybody up over the last 12 years of Green Lantern history. Man, out of all the shows they announced, I was the most excited for Lanterns. I'm not too big on the Authority, and it's not because I hate the Authority, but the Authority tried too hard to be they tried too hard to be the Watchmen. That was kind of how I always felt. They were always like a second-rate Watchmen series to me.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when that was in like Wildstorm, and then they brought the Wildstorm characters into the DC universe. So then I wasn't hyped about that one. I would much rather see Wildcats and give me Grifter and those characters come into the DCU. Paradise Lost as a Game of Thrones series. Yeah, okay, all day long. So those were my big takeaways. I've been hyped. You and I talked about it the other day, how excited I am.
Just a little bit, yeah.
And my thing has always said that the DCU would never, ever, ever achieve greatness until they found a guy who was their Kevin Feige.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And unless they got a guy who was going to pay respect to the comics and then pay respect to the movies and be the Feige to hold that whole thing together, they were never going to achieve greatness. I feel like James Gunn is their guy.
Look at this. This is legit. This is a legit photo from their talk in boardroom meetings. This is legit. The graphic they use, and it's directly pulled from the MCU. The MCU Kevin Feige's graphic design, and it's perfect. It's great. I love it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, buddy. Thank
you. Coach on point as usual.
Hey, bro. Y'all know I this is what I miss about Team Lift is this conversation every week, man. It was breaking this stuff down. So yeah. I thank you for having me, bro.
So yeah, we have a bunch of new movies, a bunch of shows that are going to be coming in the next few years. What I really love about this new format, this new universe moving forward, is the fact that they are going to try as much as they can to have both animated characters and voice actors jump in and out from live action and animation.
Yes.
Like, I love that. Like, they're already doing that for the Ahsoka series. The voice actor of Thrawn in Rebels is going to be Thrawn in the Ahsoka series in live action. So that's already dope. But personally, for me, I'm still really skeptical about the last 4 movies in the DCEU, like Shazam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman. Blue Beetle I'm less worried about because it looks decent enough, and I think they can do a pretty good job. Aquaman, we'll have to see how that works out, because
the first Aquaman was amazing. James Wan did not disappoint us at all.
No, yeah, that's not my main concern. My main concern is how will the rewrites look after they take out Amber Heard or whatnot, if they actually take her out and whatnot. Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I thought Shazam 1 was good.
Fun.
It was decent.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah,
it was one of those. I enjoyed eating popcorn and watching it.
My opinions on Shazam, Fury of the Gods is it might be a fun movie again. I just don't think it has that impact on the universe as a whole, seeing as we're just going to get a reboot and either way. But still, it's going to be an interesting ride. Helen Mirren, hell yes. The Flash, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm still going to see it because it has Batman.
Oh, that's the movie I'm the most hyped.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, but I'm okay. Comic book nerd time. As a dude that collected the entire Flashpoint series.
Okay.
The best thing about Flashpoint was it's what gave us the New 52.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing around with the timeline. You screw something up, big bang, wow, now we're having to play with all this new stuff that happens. And the Flashpoint animation movie, if you've ever watched the Flashpoint animated film, it was so good. And it was dark, and it told this crazy story of what went down during Flashpoint and how everything changed. And then, to me, it's only brilliant to use the Flash movie to reboot your entire cinematic universe and say, all the stuff before this was garbage. Here's the good stuff. We've rebooted it. And I hope they don't give us, like, I'll be honest, my brother said this to me, we do not need another Batman film until we get a damn good Superman film.
Yes, absolutely.
My brother said this, and we've talked about it, on our show. Look, Matt Ryan's that Batman that we just had, Matt Reeves' Batman, phenomenal. And I didn't think you could top a Christopher Nolan Batman film. He did. It's amazing. I would love to see what he would do with another. And Pattinson, who I 100%. Told everybody, I said Pattinson had already been getting Oscar nominations. I knew the guy had acting chops, and he did not disappoint as young Batman. I loved the film. It was everything I wanted it to be and more.
Also, going back to your point, I just it just processed in my brain what you said about New 52 a little bit ago. I was one of the very few fans of DCU who actually really enjoyed the New 52. I have nearly the entire collection of the Justice League comics in hardback mode, and honestly, the starting the New 52 with the origins of the Justice League was brilliant. It was like that comic run is honestly how I think or how I imagine a live action DC adaptation needs to begin. But we're getting this, so I mean, it's whatever. It's my own opinion. But we also got that with the animated movies after Flashpoint. Those animated movies after Flashpoint were directly influenced from the New 52, and personally, they were some of the best movies that we've ever gotten. Some of them were hit or miss, but for the majority, it was great. And yes, Apocalypse War should have been a 2-parter movie.
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah, we have a couple of different movies before the actual DCU begins. We got the second Joker movie, the musical. That's got to be wild and interesting. And we also have the Constantine 2 sequel, which is interesting. Did they actually confirm that? I thought that was still in the rumor mill.
I thought it was a rumor too, but
it's confirmed right there.
This is a fan edit. But it does say Elseworld film, and so is the Joker Elseworld film.
As well as Batman Part 2.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing I'm noticing about this. If you look at the Creature Commandos, DC never explored its supernatural side. Like Marvel gave us the Doctor Strange, okay? For good or bad, however you felt about it. They gave us their supernatural storylines. DC has a whole supernatural horror storyline. The thing that's encouraging is when you start with Creature Commandos in 2024, and I know in 2027 we're working toward the Swamp Thing, which is a full-out horror comic. If you hadn't read it in years, it is.
And if you haven't seen the TV show, that's great.
Yeah, so to me, that you're going to give me the Creature Commandos, and then I see Swamp Thing, I'm already in my head thinking we're going to get a Constantine in this universe. In sometime the new film universe, because you're not going to have Creature Commandos and Swamp Thing and not think that John Constantine ain't showing up. He's going to be and if it's 2028, 2029 before we get him, I can live with that.
Yeah. In all honesty, this is something they probably won't ever do, but I really want them to bring back Matt Ryan as Constantine.
100%.
He was the perfect Constantine in the Arrowverse, in his own TV series, which should have had more than one season, but I digress.
He's also the Constantine
in the animated universe. Yes, he's perfect.
I love him, dude. He was amazing. He was Constantine for me, man.
Don't think they'll ever bring him back, but I really hope they do.
Was he Constantine as well in that? So after Justice League Dark, they had one more movie for that universe.
Yeah. It wasn't a movie. It was a 30-minute short. But yes, he was Constantine.
Oh yeah,
it still counts. It's still a movie.
The House of Mystery.
There are anime movies that are 40 minutes long. It counts.
I count a movie as more than 90 minutes. But yes. That was currently his final role as Constantine, I do believe.
I want him to come back so bad.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Unfortunately, Josh, I have to go. My phone's at 2%.
Ooh, dude, go.
I did not bring my charger. So thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, man.
It was nice seeing you again, Coach. Raj, it was nice hanging out, talking a little bit. And for those of you that don't know who I am the one, the only I Am King Mexico, the guy that walks around with a poncho and sombrero that's almost always getting deported at all the anime conventions in the state of Texas. Now you can follow me at Geeks5Ever. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Pornhub, all of the above.
He probably does have a Pornhub account.
I
Hey,
don't
look,
even doubt it.
man.
I don't put anything past Goku. If he'd have told me there was an
At this
OnlyFans for
point,
that
no, yeah.
Geeks 5 ever, I'd have believed it.
It was
Yeah,
good
we're
having you, man.
everywhere. And you'll see me at all the cons posting my Cash App. Some people say posting your Cash App is like shaking a cup, but fuck it. I'm shaking my cup.
Right.
And may your
All
cup
right,
runneth
guys.
over
Have a
in
good night.
2023, brother. You take care.
You take
I'm
care,
shaking my
man.
cup.
Good night. What I love about James Gunn being the showrunner basically of the DC Studios is the Authority, Creature Commandos. He does really well with obscure team building and obscure teams that no one's barely ever heard of, or the general populace has barely ever heard of. Guardians of the Galaxy? Who the hell is that? They're the biggest name in Hollywood right now.
Wow.
You're
He
at
really
volume
does.
3.
The way he writes what he did for the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad is nothing less than amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just like, okay, bro, you got me convinced you could do anything. So,
oh yeah, absolutely. And Waller, the fact that he said that Waller is going to directly be a part of I was about to say Punisher, the Peacemaker series, means that Peacemaker is going to be transitioning into the DC universe, into the DCU. I mean, I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yep.
Viola Davis was the best casting choice for Amanda Waller. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, Superman Legacy, Lanterns, love it. The fact that Superman Legacy is loosely based off of Superman or All-Star Superman is going to be really interesting.
yep, that is. I can't wait to see how that plays out.
I'm gonna log off myself in a bit, but I want to give my 2 cents on many of these projects because I kind of
do it, man. Do it.
Okay, so oh boy, there's a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
For one, Creature Commandos and the what was it? The Authority.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put some reservations on those two. I mean, it's basically another Guardians of the Galaxy for me, in terms of like going into the unknown and then expecting it to be a hit. And considering James Gunn has a talent for bringing obscure comic book properties into the mainstream and making them household names, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same deal for
The Authority.
For the Authority and
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to Superman Legacy in particular because let's be real for a moment, okay? Last decade, he's appeared in TV shows, Superman and Lois, the CW nonsense, but he's never been in a solo film since 2013.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a moment. And the last time he was in that movie, like, it had people divided because like Zack Snyder wanted to have a Michael Bay fantasy type film when he should have just made fucking Superman. And honestly, I don't hate Man of Steel like a lot of people do. I actually have a soft spot for it because, weirdly enough, that movie came out around the time I was a freshman in college. So
Yeah,
I have this close connection to that film, like those the same way I have a weird connection with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like they're bad movies, but they have their place in film history, comic book film history, if that makes any sense. But especially with these last few years with the pandemic and all that, and things are fucking awful, you know. Superman is supposed to represent that hope that we can move on and be better, be the hope within ourselves. Like, because I didn't grow up as a Superman fan. I'm going to be pretty fucking blunt here, okay? I was
Nothing wrong with that,
right? But over the years, I started to grow an immense appreciation towards his character, not because of his super strength, not because of the fact he's a fucking alien, but because he's like us, like you and me, who go through our own set of our own set of problems every day. But Superman finds a way to get past those barriers, those problems, and he's just the best of humanity, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something that we all wanted, what we all need right now. Enough with the fucking negativity. Let's bring back some hope, goddammit. So
100% respect that. Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Brave and the Bold is I'm gonna be also very reserved on this because last year we just got one hell of a Batman movie. Absolutely. My steelbook copy. I fucking loved this movie. Like, I said to myself, as soon as I got out of the theater, I said to myself, I'm picking up a steelbook copy of this fucking movie, and there you go. Here it is. I love the movie so much, but I'm very curious to see how they're going to go forward with a father, Batman being a father. You know, like, yeah, he's had sidekicks before, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and all, but having to raise a son who happens to be the son of Talia al Ghul, you know, like I think that's going to translate really, really in a more interesting dynamic. And the fact that he's bringing up the freaking Bat family finally, we're getting the Bat family. I'm excited about that. God damn it!
I would tell you right now, read Son of the Demon if you haven't, because that
I've been meaning to.
I still have a hard copy, original first print of Son of the Demon, and that is what you need to read before we get Brave and the Bold.
Yeah,
great story, and to see Bruce to have to deal with the idea of a child, and know that Talia told him she wasn't pregnant. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are going to go into this series that I think they're going to address, and that's a good place for all my comic book readers. Go pick it, go find it, order it on Amazon, Son of the Demon. Read that before we get a Brave and the Bold film.
I'm honestly surprised they aren't introducing Ra's al Ghul a bit earlier before Brave and the Bold, because she's a pretty big part of the story of Damian and Bruce.
I am waiting to see how they translate that into the film. So there's that.
That could be the film.
I mean, yeah, that absolutely could be.
We could get Talia, Ra's. We could get all of that. The League of Assassins. We could get that. That could be your whole Brave and the Bold film, and then him having to try to balance fatherhood and this kid that just dropped off on his doorstep, who's a little psychopath.
The animated movie that they gave us was so fucking good. Like the son of Batman, the animated movie is.
Damian is such
awesome.
A dick. Dick.
He is, man, but that's what made him. Like, he was unapologetically a dick. That's what I think blew me away about it. Was just like, he doesn't even care that he is one. He just knows he's one.
I'm more surprised that they're actually going forward with the Supergirl movie instead of Wonder Woman. Like, wow.
I'm glad that they're not doing a Wonder Woman movie right now. We don't need another Wonder Woman movie right now.
I'm surprised that they didn't do that, but I'm glad. I'm actually glad because, you know, it's fucking Supergirl. Anyway, like the fact that she's a more jaded version of the character is what really is piquing my interest right here.
Yes.
So I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, she should be more jaded. She's gone through hell, literal hell.
Absolutely. And the last film, I'll get to the TV stuff in a bit. I was just mostly talking about the films, obviously. The last one is Swamp Thing. I remember they did air a TV show on HBO. Was it HBO?
No, it started on DC Universe, which was
the DC app.
Yeah, the DC Universe app, which was terrible. And then they
got a shot, but with the way it was being handled, like, you know what?
Its biggest problem was it ran over on production on every episode. It was too expensive for them to keep making, and they were trying to do something great.
The character Swamp Thing sounds like it would be perfect for a horror movie, and I love me a good horror film,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that they're making a horror film out of it pleases me.
Yeah,
really,
no.
really, like I'm excited for that. Like,
And then you got the Harley Quinn version.
I really hope that this is basically DC's answer to the New Mutants. Remember that shit?
Oh yes, yeah.
You know what? That was another film. I went into it not expecting much, and I got exactly what I expected. It was a popcorn film and some sodas, and it killed an hour and 40. That's all that movie had to do for me,
Yeah,
and it
basically,
did that.
basically.
It did that. But
Okay.
Swamp Thing, you're right. Horror film always has been a horror. Before, I'd say pretty much when Hellblazer came out, and they were doing its whole thing with John Constantine in the comics, Swamp Thing went from being this kind of weird comic to taking on this more horror story aspect with based on how well Hellblazer was doing, and it has not changed since, and I love it.
Yeah,
You
Love
know, thinking of Hellblazer, again, it's something they probably won't ever do, but I really want them, if they introduce Lucifer into this universe, I really want them to bring back Lucifer from the show, because he was
so good.
absolutely perfect.
He was good, yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see how that works. But onto the
Yeah.
TV stuff. Like I said, Creature Commandos, I'm unsure about that. I'm sure it'll be good. We'll just have to wait and see. Waller is piquing my interest. Obviously, it's like she's allying herself with the team with Peacemaker.
Forced
like,
to.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Lanterns.
Fucking lanterns, dude! Holy shit! Like I was expecting for either just John Stewart or Hal Jordan, but the fact that they're both the starring players in this shit. Obviously, he did say that there's going to be more lanterns involved. Sure.
Yeah.
But
Guy
like,
Gardner.
John and Hal, like, holy shit! I cannot believe this is happening right now. We're living in an age we're getting a TV series where it stars these two. I cannot wait for that. Like it's going to be the same vein as True Detective. That really, really.
Personally, John Stewart is my favorite Lantern. It's like Hal's the first human, but he's
It's fucking
a bit of
John.
a dick. John is a lot better.
I'm still pissed off what they did with the CW with John Diggle. Like, we know he's fucking John Stewart.
Oh yeah. They never gave us that. Yeah.
Dude, give him, like, he already has the ring. What is going on with that bullshit? Anyway. A Paradise Lost, that Game of Thrones style Wonder Woman series, which is not really Wonder Woman, but it's fucking Wonder Woman. We're just gonna call it that. I'm calling it the Wonder Woman show without it being Wonder Woman.
It's the Amazon's Themyscira. Yeah, that's it. It's all it is.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. That's it. But outside of Lanterns, the other show that I am absolutely extremely excited for is Booster Gold. Fuck yeah. Give me Booster Gold, goddammit.
What, you talking about this futuristic loser over here?
Yeah. Because I'm a fucking loser. Give me a break.
Yeah. I really want them to actually have his little futuristic sidekick buddy, his little robot buddy is like,
Yeah.
dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Actually, I did hear someone say that Glenn Powell, who appeared in Top Gun Maverick, by the way, should play Booster Gold. What do you think about that? He's
I wouldn't mind if they went that way, but I'm telling you what's going to happen right now.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying what I heard.
No, I think that would be great. No, I would
Could honestly go either way. Yeah.
I would love it if they kind of went with a less established star for Booster Gold.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I would like that more.
I think it's best in terms of casting these amazing characters is that they go to a more unknown route, because here's the thing about the DCEU. Outside of Henry Cavill, we all knew who the fuck Ben Affleck was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of that notion, a lot of people were not too fond with the idea of Ben Affleck playing another comic book character because he already played one with Marvel, with Daredevil. He did the best he could. He honestly was the best part of those movies, sadly enough. But I think it's better that they go for the more unknown factor. You know what I mean?
There's so many of them that have did double dipped from Marvel to DC that I thought it wouldn't have been an issue. But I am going to say this for Lanterns. I know that for the longest time, people wanted it to be
Nathan Fillion.
No, for Jon Stewart, they were always like, "Oh, it's got to be Idris Elba." Then somebody, I forget who the other guy they threw in there. What's his name? The guy that's singer from that's in all the Fast and the Furious movies, the bald black guy. I can't think of his name.
Was it?
Ludacris?
No. Was it Ramon? No.
I think I know what you're talking about. Fuck.
I know.
Guy from the Fast and the Furious movie.
God damn it! I know who you're talking about.
Tyrese.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you who I want it to be. I want it to be John David Washington.
There. That's it.
That's who I want. That's who I want. I want John David Washington. I'm gonna just throw it out there. John David Washington should be Jon Stewart.
Yeah. That would be perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The guy's got the chops. He killed it in Tenet. He's been amazing.
I want to see him in more stuff. Yeah.
I like pixelation. DC fans who've never heard of black actors always go Idris Elba. You're not wrong. But I want John David Washington to be Jon Stewart. If somebody's going to wear the ring, let it be him. Now,
I can see that, yeah.
I've been trying to figure out who I want to voice Kilowog since they announced it, and I have no idea who that's going to be.
Honestly, I would love it if it's the same Kilowog that was in the Green Lantern TV show.
Yes, I can live with that too. Whoever that guy is that did the voice for that.
Actually, let
amazing.
me pull that up. I think that might be Steve. I think that might be Steve Bloom, but let me pull it up.
Anyway, I got to get going. So thank you
buddy.
so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you in the next episode, whenever that is.
Raj, pleasure meeting you, bro.
Pleasure meeting you too, Coach.
Yeah, have a good night, man. Oh, okay, yeah. It was Kevin Michael Richardson who played Kilowog in the Green Lantern animated series.
Kevin Michael Richardson is also the voice of Principal Stewart on American Dad.
Really?
Yeah, man. Kevin Michael Richardson is an OG black voice actor, bro. Mm-hmm. He is yeah, man. That guy. If you go look at his acting resume,
his repertoire,
yeah, dude, he's done it all, man. Proud Family, The Simpsons, American Dad.
He's in Teen Titans Go.
Oh, I think he is. I think he plays Raven's dad, Triton or Trigon on there.
Trigon, yeah.
Yeah, he's on that. I know the name. I'd have to look up some of the other stuff he did. Like, I could pull it up probably, but I do know he did. I forgot, and I'm a Teen Titans Go fanatic, so I'm surprised I didn't think of that. That is his voice on there.
Yeah, I'm starting to get there a little bit too.
Dude, he's OG, man, but that guy would kill it. No, but the rest sound like the very people. What about Keith David? As Kilowog or
Keith David as who, James?
God, Keith David does have some definitely range. I could see Keith David playing one of the Guardians, though. He's got that kind of regal, commanding voice. I could see him being one of the little blue Guardians. I really could. That wouldn't even...
Either or, he's got no idea what we're talking about now. We're talking about Kilowog, but yeah, just throwing names out there. Yeah,
no, I definitely hope they keep. Yeah, that's what I want. Those are my picks. I want John David Washington to be Jon Stewart, and I'm totally on board with this one. If they keep Kevin Michael Richardson as Kilowog, done. Wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
My question is, for this Lantern series that we've wanted for years, the time setting, if they're going by some sort of adaptation or even some sort of new story for the universe, do you want it to be before or after Sinestro's turn to the Yellow Lanterns?
The animated series told us a really good story. If you remember, and it's on HBO Max right now. If you guys haven't watched, there's 2 seasons of the animated series, The Green Lantern, and it showed us
Razor.
It did give us the battle with the Red Lanterns, and it showed us Sinestro as a Green Lantern. On the series, if you remember in season 2, when they're fighting the Anti-Monitor, Sinestro is still a Green Lantern. He has not defected to the Yellow yet. And that's a new 52 reference right there where he's forced back into the green. So
yeah, he is.
I almost hope, I know some people are like, yeah, we want Sinestro as a Yellow again, and he's the bad guy. But I've always found it to be fascinating to watch a character disintegrate. I'd rather watch him be a green that goes rogue, and then we get a Yellow Lantern.
All right.
Because there's so many different color spectrums of the Lantern, plus the Starfires. There's the Star Sapphires. There's so much they can do with this series. I'm hyped.
Honestly, really, yeah. Since Lanterns is going to be basically a cop show, a mystery show, I really hope they delve into the Manhunters. Like maybe maybe in the animated show they are found on Earth. There's some sort of overarching plot that they have to deal with, because the Manhunters are basically unstoppable for the Green Lanterns, and that would be really interesting to see.
And that gives you a universe spanning story of all the Green Lanterns having to come together to fight this threat, because the Manhunters were not easy, boy. That was so good, man.
Big time. Yeah. Oh god, let's see. Honestly, I don't really have too much else to say on this very small lineup, because reminder, this isn't everything that's going to be coming out in the near future. This is only a fraction of what we got. But Superman Legacy, Batman Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, and Swamp Thing. I love that they're pulling from famous DC stories. Like you got Grant Morrison, you got Superman, All-Star Superman, you have Swamp Thing, Woman of Tomorrow, all amazing stories in the comics, and to be somewhat adapted into live action form, that's going to be really, really interesting to see.
Yeah, I may go pick up The Authority in a collected volume and start reading through it again, but and maybe give it a fair shake. I don't know.
I think I saw online said the online sales for The Authority were sold out everywhere.
I believe that because they really are. They were always a second-rate Watchmen to me. They were so edgy for edgy's sake, and they were like, we're willing to kill to stop the bad guy so we don't have repeats. And I was like, do I want that story? I don't know.
In all honesty, DC has some amazing obscure characters that don't get the highlight that they absolutely need. Like, you have Grifter, who is some sort
Wildcats, baby. That was a Wildcats guy.
Yes.
And the Wildcats were basically DC's version of the X-Men. They were just and that was because Jim Lee had left X-Men and Marvel and started his own series with Image Comics, and it gave us Wildcats. And it
Gotham City Sirens.
Oh, there's so many good stories they could tell us, dude. I can't wait to see what they do. I'm actually hyped for this. I don't know what they're going to do next, though.
I really don't. And it's going to be really interesting to see what they do in the next few years after Swamp Thing. The big question is, will they be doing a Justice League movie, and who is going to be the villain for that? Because, like, if they do Darkseid again, it's going to be repetitive. I hope they bring Darkseid, but I hope it's a build-up like they did with Thanos.
I wouldn't mind seeing Starro.
But I mean, we already got him with the Suicide Squad. But
Yeah,
it is a new universe.
It is a whole new universe, so we could get a Starro. I like that. Justice League will feature Zack Snyder. That is a true villain. And I like the. I hate to say, I actually liked his idea for what he wanted to do with the Snyderverse. It was not a bad story.
Oh
it
no,
was
yeah,
a great story he was going to tell us. But
it was absolutely going in an interesting direction that I was fully on board for, and then Warner Brothers was like, nope, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who they give us though, but it could be phenomenal. Because Justice League is always about the big international threat, unless they're trying to give us like the Anti-Monitor, which I think is too big a story to tell without. I mean, well, hold on, Supergirl's there. Batman's there.
Yeah.
The Green Lanterns are there. The Flash is there. You could be leading us toward the official version of Crisis on Infinite Earths in the film.
Oh God,
2-part series of films, and it comes in the second phase of this. But
my question is, who are they going to have for the Flash? Like, are they going to keep Ezra Miller? I hope not.
He's garbage. Get rid of him.
He's dead.
He's a garbage human being. There's no way. And I love that they're going to reboot it. You know what I would love if after the thing, like after he comes back in the Flashpoint, if it's what's his name, Grant Gustin from the TV series. Gustin. Yeah, I would love it if it's him that shows up at the end of the film. Like he's changed, and instead of Ezra, we have Grant, and I'd be like, this is the Flash.
I mean, they are ending the series with this next season, so yeah, could happen. Who knows?
I would love to see Grant be our Flash at the end of the film. I'm just saying, if you're listening, if James Gunn, by some weird happenstance, gets to hear this, that's what I want to happen. If you don't take anything from an old black man but that one thing, give me that before. If you can't give me reparations, just give me Grant Gustin as the Flash. We'll call it even.
Honestly, I just remembered with the amount of supernatural characters that are in this lineup, we could be getting a Justice League Dark.
Only thing missing is Zatanna, but that could easily be introduced in Creature Commandos. A lot of people can show up in the Creature Commandos because that deals with the supernatural. So you could get Dr. Fate, Zatanna. You could actually have an animated version of the Swamp Thing show up before the Swamp Thing movie. Since people are moving in and out of animation to live action, we could get that. Plus, that would have let them introduce a whole bunch of more players and characters in the supernatural realm.
They could introduce Ra's al Ghul in this, since it's supernatural.
We could end up with a Constantine.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, absolutely, big time.
I'm excited because they're bringing the whole horror aspect. So then that leaves us open to I guess we're going to see what happens in Creature Commandos and who they introduce, because then that's all possible can show back up in Swamp Thing later.
Yeah, definitely. Because if they do introduce Swamp Thing, it would have to be the iteration before the Swamp Thing in the movie, since Swamp Thing's basically pass the mantle from person to person.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
We're gonna see. I'm so hyped. Because he's basically a god. It's the only character in DC Comics that Batman says, I have no contingency plan for him because I don't have a contingency plan for a god. He said that in the comic books about Swamp Thing. It is the one character that has Batman shook.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has no way to take him out. And he knows that if Swamp Thing wanted everybody dead, he just got to think it.
He is the planet.
He basically can just say, all life needs to go, and it's just going to be me and the plants.
I really want them to introduce Jason Blood and Etrigan the Demon. Dude,
yeah, Chris, those are huge words for Batman. Huge, and he said that in the comic. You can Google that.
Huge.
That is a thing he said in the comic books. He has no contingency plans for a god, and that was in reference to Swamp Thing. So it's
dude.
I may need to do some panels about this.
Me and you need to do panels. Me and you need to do an entire episode on DC movies, shows, comics.
If you ever want to pick my brain about comic books, brother, I'll bring out the volumes and we can sit and talk. I'll hold up issues on that episode. In this issue, here's what happened. And I know
I've got it mid condition right here.
Chris would be in on that one. He would love to see it because he and I used to talk this at EA back in the day. I sit here when this announcement got made, man. I was like, my brother and I sat down and did a 1 hour unrecorded podcast about this announcement and what we wanted and what we were so hyped about with James Gunn. And so there was stuff that we'd already I was jotting notes. So when you called me about coming on this episode, I was like, I'm ready talking because I'm shooting a whole load right now before we record. But here's all this information I've been digging up over the last few days.
You're shooting your load on me. Oh.
Yeah, it was, dude. I had a lot to say when you hit me with, like, we're going to talk about James Gunn's DCU. Oh, my God. It was that. I was like, yeah, I got to slow down. This has got me hyped. I do need to get off here because I got to be at the train station at 9 a.m. to go start my tour tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been trying to move us toward that inevitability. But yes, dude, this is so hype. I'm really looking forward to it. It has been so fun talking to you and everyone on tonight.
Always, bro. Always a pleasure, man, hanging out with you guys, and I miss it. Thank you, Pixel. Appreciate you, James. I'm going to just call you James. And thank you. Happy early birthday to you also. I won't be here to celebrate yours, but February 10th, I'll be on, I think I'm going to be in Wisconsin performing for my birthday.
So, yeah, that'll be it for this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Whether we do this more often than another 3-month break, we'll have to see. Honestly, I was just burnt out from everything
maybe we need to do a March version for South by Southwest, and
that would be interesting.
I get a South by Southwest episode in there.
That would be actually interesting. So we'll have to see. But 99 season Morty, 99. Oh God, we're not talking about Rick and Morty right now. We're not doing Rick and Morty. It's a whole nother episode.
Although they did announce the voice actors today, I think.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the new voice actors were announced today. I have not watched the video yet, but that's just something for you to do after this.
Yeah, I'll check that out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Coach, plug yourself. Tell everyone where you're going to be.
Yeah, if you want to find me and follow the whole tour, go to Instagram at Coach Silky. There are links to everything from there, to my TikTok, to my Facebook, to my albums on Spotify. But it's my number one place where I'm going to be dropping the whole tour. We're going to be running some video logs from there and trying to post to TikTok. First train trip for me. And, it's kind of neat. I'm going to get to see the country from a different view, man. So I'm hyped about it. But, yeah. Thank you for having me on the show. Miss you guys a lot, and I always love it when we get to hang out at cons. But I need to come back and do some more of these when I'm not on the road, man.
Yeah, man. We need to do a lot more of these in the near future. Yeah, maybe once a month for the podcast, or maybe once every other week, give or take. We'll workshop it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you guys again for sticking through this entire 2-hour special podcast episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys have some interesting thoughts in the comments of the VOD. And again, I am Josh. He is Coach. We will see you guys when we see you. Follow us on all our social medias in the description down below. Peace out, y'all. Have a good week.
Peace.